Alright, moving on to another Patreon request, and this one comes from Cyborg19.99, who asked me to do a what-if scenario of what if Kano worked for Shadaloo. As always, if you guys would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon, where you guys can start sending me requests for videos to do here on YouTube. But other than that, hope you all enjoy this, and let's get started with the video. So, what would it be like if Kano worked for Shadaloo? Let's say, like, the Black Dragons and Shadaloo went to war. They lost the war. Shadaloo beat the Black Dragons, and now Kano has to, like, bend the knee to Bison. Which, honestly, I could actually see happening. If we're talking about, like, in a 1v1 fight, I definitely see Bison just, like, mollywomping Kano. So, let's say, for sake of argument, in this scenario, Kano now has to, like, resort to grunt work for the Black Dragons. Well, the thing of it is that, you know, once you beat Kano, you kind of get everything along with it. Like, you essentially just get everything that comes with Kano. You see, Kano was the leader of the Black Dragons, so once you beat him, you get all the resources of the Black Dragons as well. Kano, with the Black Dragons, you get Tremor, you get Cobra. You probably don't want Cobra. You get Cabal. You get everyone. So now, Shadaloo has opened the doors to owning. You know, they now have gotten the doorway kicked open the doorway to owning an entirely new organization with new resources, new weapons, everything else. Not only that, Shadaloo now has access to weapons that can fight gods. Like, they are now on, like, a god tier, like, god level of fighting the enemy. They can now, like, just kick open the door and be like, yeah, now we can go to war with these people and fight them on, we can fight them on their level. So that's what I think is going to be a major factor here, is that, you don't, when you beat you beat Kano, you don't just get him, you get, it's like Billy May saying, but wait, there's more! That's exactly what this scenario is. It is, but wait, there's more. So, let's talk about, like, what Kano would probably serve as now one of Shadaloo's underlings. I imagine it would probably be like Kano. I think Kano would get, like, he at first would be like, alright, I lost. Bison still gives him command of the Black Dragons, but now Kano has to answer to somebody. Which is not, something new. He's done that before multiple times, where he's sold out the Black Dragon's services to either, like, Shao Kahn, or Onaga, or anyone else. So, he could still be like, you beat me, but I'll still serve. So, Kano, I think, would kind of acclimate. I think he'd be sore about it, but kind of acclimate to it, especially when Shadaloo starts throwing out money throwing out the level of money they have to them. Also, I don't think he'd want to get punched by Bison again. But yeah. So, I think he would, be kind of down with it. I also think that Kano, once he starts, seeing the benefit of having Shadaloo, being under Shadaloo, and now opening the door to new weapons, new kind of tech, even psycho power. Like, could you just imagine Kano, finding out what psycho power is, and, trying to manipulate that to his advantage? I really do think that he would definitely try to, I think he would for certain try to be like, hey, imagine with this psycho power, what if I sold it to NetherRealm? And that's the other thing. Now that you have the Black Dragons, Bison now can access, he can now have access to Outworld, which, that's a horrifying idea. If you thought, Shao Kahn is obviously on another level of bad, but Bison, Bison and Shadaloo, if they got a foothold in Outworld, yeah, it would not go well for... I don't think it would go well for anyone if I'm a TBH. I really do not see a scenario where, Shadaloo trying to put a foothold with Black Dragons backing them up. I don't see anywhere where that would, turn out well for anybody. So that's something, you have to really like take into account. With that being said, so now the big question is, could I see Kano trying to betray Bison? That's something we have to talk about. You see, it's going to depend on I think maybe it just depends on the circumstances. He's going to know after his beatdown that he couldn't take Bison on in a head-on fight. But if he tried to coalesce Balrog and Vega and even Jury to his side to help him overthrow it, that's a possibility. Also, there's always another bidder. There's always another high-stakes bidder who will be wanting that power for themselves. And Kano would gladly be like, I'm a survivalist. I like money and being alive. So I do think Kano, if under the right circumstances, I really do think Kano could actually try to overthrow Bison and try to take Shadaloo for himself, or whoever promised him the most money and a higher position in the organization. So there you go. Anyway, so there you go, guys. That's what I think. But you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think it would be like if Kano worked for Shadaloo? Just comment below, let me know. Once again, I'd like to thank Cyborg19.99 for the Patreon request, as well as continued patronage. Other than that, hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.